I just wanted to touch on something because I was just looking through the Play Store trying to find a game, and I see these Resident Evils, and I used to like the old Resident Evils, like number 1 and number 2, and yeah, I was looking at number 7, and the video for the trailer weren't working, so I went into live broadcast and tried to find someone who's broadcasting it, and I just watched some dude, and it pisses me off, like, because I'm a white guy, right? Yeah, I listen to Tupac. Like, Tupac's my favourite artist. I've got mixed race kids. Do you know what I mean? Like, by no way, shape or form am I racist, right? I want to make that clear before I start doing this. But what's pissing me off, yeah, and no one's even pissed me off to the point where now I've had to make a video because it's pissed me off. What's pissed me off is, and this has pissed me off for the longest time, is that all these people want to bitch and moan when someone's racist towards them, right? And obviously I have to deal with this myself, having kids that are mixed race, when they get, you know, treated this way. But my kids do not refer to themselves as the N-word. Yeah, they're better than that. Do you know what I mean? Like, any of yous that are of that ethnicity and you're referring to yourself as the N-word, to me, you're lower class. Yeah, you've got no class, right? Because you want to sit there and go, yo, what's up, man? You know, yo, you know, yo. I won't use the word. You know, I mean, I probably could, because you know, I've got mixed race kids and whatever else. I'm not going to use the word because I'm not going to try and get any slander for this or anything like that. If anyone does decide to watch this, but let me tell you now, right? You using yourself and using that word and making me feel like I can't use that word. That is putting a line between us, that we are different, yeah? That is emphasising that we are different. And we're not different. We're the same. And you want to be treated the same. I want you to be treated the same, but you want to call yourself something that we're not allowed to call you. And you know, the fact that you continue to call yourself this word makes it not go away. Do you know what I mean? That word's not going to go away because you're constantly using it. You know, so you know you're constantly using it. How's it ever going to go away? And that's going to be an ultimate reminder of racism and of the fact that this happens. You know, shit happened so many hundreds of years ago, and your ancestors were this or whatever. You're just constantly reminding yourselves of it. And it's about time somebody done something. And the thing is, everyone's just going to dance around you guys because of the ethnicity and the fucking, you know, everyone's got to be equal bloody whatever they want to call it. So they're going to dance around you and they won't ever stop you from saying that, because if they do, it'll be a big thing, you know, banning that word. Be a big thing, yeah? One of the biggest things the world's ever seen, probably, right? But if they did that, and these young black men or mid-aged black men that were sitting there going, yo, what's up, man? And they were getting arrested for using that word, eventually it would die out and our kids would grow up to have and lead better lives where that word would be forgotten. Yeah, it wouldn't even exist. But you all want to continue and you want to sit there and you want to tell us white people that we can't use that word, but then you want to sit there and stream videos or have conversations where every sentence you're using that word. It's about time your religion, your race took a look at what they're doing, because you're destroying yourselves by trying to justify that you can say words that we can't say, because you're making it, you know, you're different. You're saying you're different, you know, but you're not different. You're the same. But you're making yourselves seem different, and by doing that, you're outcasting yourselves to us. But you shouldn't be, because you're the same. Like, how are you gonna try and tell someone not to call you a word, but you're gonna refer yourself as that word? It doesn't make any sense. There's not any part of it that makes any sense. And I think that you hypocrites to be so sensitive Because I just watched the video, and the same video he's going, Like that Ethan, some Ethan character in Resident Evil died, or got, I don't know, he got sucked up by some sort of muddy like, and he's like, oh man, what, that white boy dead? So you can call me a white boy, but if I call you, if I say, like if you say to me, shut up white boy, that's fine, innit? But if I turn around and say, shut up black man, I get nicked for racism. You know? And you guys are supposed to be so, you know, tough and big and strong, but yet you're so sensitive. You know? It's a piss take. It's an absolute piss take, right? As I say, I've got kids that are mixed race, yeah? And I'm a big Tupac fan. My name's Machiavelli, for God's sake. Yeah? But it's a piss take. And it's about time you lot come with evolution, yeah? And you evolved. Or you turn around and says, you know what, fuck this. We shouldn't be sitting there, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never fucking hurt me, yeah? Drop the word, stop using it yourself, and come into the new world where it doesn't exist anymore. Where all that matters is that you've got a heart and you've got a brain. Yeah? You know? You need lungs to breathe, I need lungs to breathe, yeah? You get sick, I get sick. You bleed, I bleed. You're human, I'm human. You don't, you know, you don't sit there seeing Asian people going, yo, what's up, Mitaki? Do you know what I mean? You don't see it. And yeah, they still get it. They do. But I don't reckon as much. I think racism, the biggest part of racism is with black people. Right? That is the majority of it, right? There are others, but the majority of it is that. And it's all to do mainly with that word, I believe. And it's not just that, and it will still probably exist after that, but I think a big chunk of it would be gone if you guys stopped referring yourself to that, or made it acceptable for everybody to refer you to that. Because it's just a word. You just get so touchy on just a word. Do you know what I'm saying? Not all, not everybody, but the majority do. I feel like if I get called a white boy, that annoys me, to be honest. Because I don't care if I'm white, black, this, that, the other. To me, it's just ridiculous. I always say to people that I've met a few people in my time, right, on the mic and that, and they've, you know, they say they don't like certain ethnicities or whatever, and I say to them this, I say, so if you walk past a house and inside was a child screaming, would it cross your mind that it mattered what colour that child was? Or would you try to save that child? Because that's what it comes down to. When we're young, we're all innocent, don't matter what colour we are. And most of them say, and these are people that have said, borderline, they're racist. And they turn around and say, do you know what, no, you're right. Like, if it was a child, it wouldn't matter what colour that baby was. And I think that that is the point there. Because when the baby's young, it's innocent. You're not saying this or saying that or doing this or doing that. It's just a baby. So at what point does that baby go from being someone that that guy would save to being someone that that guy hates? At what point does that happen? And it's a sensitive subject. I don't know if I've already got myself in trouble by saying what I'm saying. I mean no offence, and I apologise if this has caused anyone any offence. But it just annoys me. It really does annoy me. It rubs me up the wrong way. It really does. And I think the word should be banned by all cultures. I think you should be able to say it yourself, you know? It's not one rule for one and another rule for another. It ain't. It can't be. It can't be like that. But, I mean, this is a weird video for me because I'm normally on gaming videos or something, but As I say, I just watched it and I just thought, you know, every time he kept saying it just annoyed me. It just annoys me. Really does. I mean, I can't change it. It would take a black man who believes this, and I know there are black men out there that I've got some on my friends list that, I mean, I'm not saying exactly what I'm saying they agree with, but they will not refer to themselves as the N word, and they do not talk like that. Big YouTube streamer is one of them. What's his name? Azers. Yeah? You never hear him say that. Other people say it in his chats. I think he does say it now and then, but I think he gets more drawn into it than anything. But you just gotta, you can't do it. And I'm sorry if if this has offended anyone, but to me, it needs to stop. And as I say, what it's going to take is someone to come into power who is of that ethnicity and turn around and say, look, this is wrong. We as people need to change this. You know, because as long as you guys keep calling yourselves or referring to yourselves as that, other people are going to hear that and they're going to say that too. Yeah? You know? And it's as simple as that. Anyway, this is Machiavelli 444. Don't hate on this, because I'm generally just a nice person that just wants to stop this bullshit so that we as people can all come together and unify and stop all this fucking negativity where you're walking down the road and you're looking at someone and you don't like them because of the colour of their skin. That's bollocks. Yeah, that's bollocks. As I say, right, if you're black and you walk past the building, if you're Asian and you walk past the building, if you're Muslim and you walk past the building and you hear a child crying and you leave a comment, if you are watching this, leave a comment. If you're walking past a building and you hear a baby crying, right, and the building's on fire, enough for you to not risk your life, but enough for you to save that child's life, does it at any point cross your mind that you're not going to save that child because of the colour of their skin? And that sums it all up. And I'll be surprised if anyone says yes, it does matter what colour, because that's just disgraceful. I mean, if you do believe that, you probably won't comment because you'll probably get in trouble for it, which whatever, do what you want to do, whatever. But you see my point. Me, it don't matter what colour. That's not going to cost. I'm not going to sit there and think, oh, wait a minute, there's a baby in the crying. Let me check what colour the baby is first, or what race the baby is first. That's just bullshit, man. It's a fucking baby. Yeah, you're saving that baby no matter what. I am saving that baby no matter what, even if it costs me my life. Yeah. Even if it costs me my life, because to me, I'm, you know, nearly 30. That baby's got his whole life ahead of it. Yeah. I mean, that's the way the world should be. And at that point, and if you are someone that's believed, you've always believed, you know what I mean, you don't like this race or that race, tell me if that's changed your aspects of views on things. The baby thing. Because it's interesting, isn't it? Very interesting, I think. Anyway, one more thing I'll say before I go is, there's a lot of people that are probably doing time for racism that ain't even racist, because like for instance, if I have an argument with my missus, sometimes I will say things to her that I know are going to affect her and hurt her. So I think that sometimes when people have arguments or they thingy, it's so easy to point out people's flaws or say things that you know is going to affect them. It don't necessarily mean that you mean it. You know, like calling someone fat, you know it's going to affect them. You might not even think they're fat, but you know it's going to affect them by calling them fat. so you call them it, but you don't mean it. And I think there's people out there that are getting arrested that ain't even racist just because they're saying this shit. And I think that it's bollocks, absolute bollocks. And I think us as people need to grow up. We all need to grow up and use that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me shit. Because how the fuck, you know, if it's a racial crime and someone's getting hurt, you know, physical, you know what I mean, if it's really mentally affecting them, if it's bullying, if it's continued, then yeah, fair enough, right? But just saying a one-time thing, you know, I can't see how someone can get defined as a racist for that. Childish maybe, but anyway, this is Mac back with a brand new rap. No, I'm joking. I'm not Damon that game. Fuck that. You know, one of them shitty sayings. But yeah, man. I mean, if this gets reported or deleted or whatever, then you know it might get made into a big deal. I don't see how it could do because I clearly stated several times we've got mixed race kids, and my name is Machiavelli. So you know. Can you film it? I just don't like it. And I'm sorry if, as I say, if this offends anyone. I just do not like it. I think that we as people are better than that, and we're all the same. We're all the same. Don't matter where you're from, who you are, what colour your skin is, what your ethnicity is, what your religion is. You know, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Does not matter.